Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I am here today with another MOC Monday video. If you were on the Trainwreck live stream, or at least watched it after the live stream happened this past Saturday, you probably know already what this model is. I showed it briefly while I was on there, and this is going to be a new design for my upcoming town update. This is a rock wall with a special exploding feature, and although it looks kind of odd with all the different grays used and some of the technicals sticking out, I'm perfectly fine with it, the way that it's designed. This is the prototype version and may be changed when I actually put it into the town update. I actually hope to make a bunch of these side by side with each other, especially since I just grabbed them over here, I have more of these wall type pieces to use. These are ones that are commonly found in city themes, sometimes in some of the older sets, such as, I remember some of them being from Bionicle, some of them were from Knight's Kingdom, I believe, but recently they're more in city stuff, and maybe a few agent sets here and there. But we'll get more into that a little bit later, because I'll show you a quick tutorial on how you can build this. We'll first take a look at the actual prototype itself. Again, it may not be 100% this when it goes into the actual town, may have a few modifications. But very simply, it has a small modified plate in the front with a bar piece, and you can kind of see it's kind of leaning forward because underneath that is a modified plate with technicals underneath it. It kind of makes a little plate feature. It's a similar plate feature you may have seen with other sets, such as the Arctic Batman, Aquaman on Ice, or the Krang Lab Escape. So it's partially borrowed from those sets as far as the idea. On the top, you have a little opening hatch, which you can use either the old style of opening it or some other newer styles. Add some 1x1 pieces in there. We have some that are red, orange, trans-red, trans-orange, plates and tiles, 1x1 each. And this has a very simple feature to it. In my underground area, I expect to have some mining operations. So very simply, you can just tap on this and create a little bit of a mining operation. So you can try to drill through walls and see what's behind them. But you might have to be careful, because some walls have some hidden surprises, as you could probably figure out from those round plates I was talking about. From this one, as far as I've developed it, if you push this button down, it will release the wall. And it'll also release something a little extra. There we go. Big mess to clean up. But this is actually a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed once I just started developing this idea and being able to play with it a little bit and make sure that the function works out well. I did have to modify it a few times, but it works great. And there are some pieces still stuck in here, mostly from tension, but they can shake their way out. So it's not too big of a problem. That, and it's a little bit less of a mess to clean up, but that's beside the point. This is supposed to imitate a lava flow that's underneath some rock. Because like in games such as Minecraft, you gotta be careful what you dig, because sometimes you find unexpected surprises. Now we'll take a look at how you can build your own version of this, and there are some variables, so bear with me. Now, I'll just try to clean up some things, and I'll show you how to do it. First, we'll start off on the bottom layer, which takes up about a 4x6 area. You build it up with a couple plates and bricks around the sides, mostly bricks though, and you simply make a small assembly like this, or you could have the one that has 2 holes on it for better stability. Probably would hold it better to the wall, in fact. You simply attach that to one of the Technic bricks with a pin, or add your own pin onto it, and it'll click in place. On the top, we'll put a modified plate. You can put that either as with those types of bars, other types of bars, or something that's just gonna jut out. So it gives you a little button to press when you make the action happen. Around there, you should have some tiles to level things off, and even have a tile on the other side. It doesn't have to be that specific color. Now, right behind there, you're gonna have some bricks in place, and you wanna put one of these 2x3 slopes with, I believe it's a 33 degree. That would be a good slope for it to rush all of the inside goodies out. On the back of that, we have a larger slope piece that is a 2x2x3, that's 3 bricks tall, and it's on a much steeper slope, so it gives you a lot of force of gravity moving down through the column. Now on the outside of it, this really doesn't have to be anything particular. You just build it up with bricks around the outside. You use a whole bunch of bricks until you get up to about this layer. And roughly around that layer, you might want to start arching this off. It could be about 4 or 5 bricks up, depending on how big or how tall you want to make it. And as far as that, the arching actually helps kind of guide everything and not get it too stuck in place. Somewhere above that point, you just want to make a little area that's going to be 2 by 2 open so that you can put all of your goodies inside. It doesn't have to particularly be lava. It could be actual gems or crystals. It could be, you maybe make like a water flow, because sometimes water flows underground. Or you can just make it with a whole bunch of rubble. It doesn't have to be this particular lid, but roughly a 1x4 type lid that is on 2 different hinge pieces. It could be the fixed joint hinges or these loose joints from the 90s, and something on the back that's going to latch it in place. So when you push it down, it can be stuck in place. Now as far as our wall on the outside, this is simply made, at least compared to this one, I have 2 2x4 plates that are put underneath the wall structure. The wall structure is roughly 2x4x5 area with that kind of rock shape on it. You can also surround that outside with some 1x1 pieces and then top it off with some slopes. But you can always modify this to however you like. There's a bunch of basic things in there that I'm sure you'll understand, and you could change it up a little bit in terms of color or texture, and depending on where you're going to put it in your setup, it might be a good idea to back up these sides. This is made to be flat so that I can put a whole bunch of them next to each other. But I would imagine, depending on where it's all going to be set up in the underground portion, it's probably going to have at least one of these sides with some backing on it. I'll probably add some slopes or cover up that area to make it look a little bit crisper and maybe more consistent in color. Now we can just open up the latch. We have all these 1x1 pieces that we can throw in there. And again, it doesn't matter if it's red, trans red, orange, trans orange, trans neon orange, any color. You could use it as a way for digging up crystals, digging up rubble. You could put any kind of things in there. And that's one thing I'm hoping for when I actually put this into my town. I'm hoping I can make a bunch of them and make it kind of a gambling situation. You could have one that's going to release the lava, being the bad part. One releasing some jewelry, which will be the good part. And one releasing maybe nothing, or maybe a skull, or maybe some lava, or maybe not lava, releasing some water. So you can get very creative with it. It also doesn't have to be this exact column of 4x4 area, depending on, again, where you're going to put it. This is probably the smallest that you can make it to actually fit everything in there and get the sloping on the inside to work out well. But if you want to make it bigger, go right ahead. It's perfectly fine and definitely open for modification. I'd be happy to hear from you all. If you changed up your design from it, you could let me know through Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media I'm usually around on. I think I'm starting to get a little bit more into Tumblr, so you can check out there too. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to let me know what you guys think about this little column assembly. I still might modify it a bit. You'll be seeing it sooner or later in a town update. And we'll see you next time with more LEGO videos.